Hi, thanks for joining me for quick business tips. I'm Jennifer Swineford. I want you to just imagine with me. It's 7:30 in the morning on a Tuesday, and you're standing in a hotel conference room, or maybe you're hanging out in one of those large rooms at the back of your local diner. You're probably wearing a name tag that keeps falling off your shirt, and you're drinking lukewarm coffee out of a styrofoam cup. As you're doing this, you're simply waiting your turn. You're waiting for your 60 seconds to stand up, pitch your business to 30 other half awake business owners, and then pass a stack of business cards around the table. In case you couldn't have guessed it, today we're going to talk about the old way of networking. Because if you are a service-based business owner, you've probably been told that networking is the key to growing your business. You've been told to shake hands, kiss babies, and hand out your card to anybody with a pulse. But how many business cards that you've collected from these old-fashioned networking meetings are just gathering dust somewhere in your car, junk drawer at your desk? Better yet, how many times have you pulled out a business card from that stack that you collected from the 30 other business people and actually called someone looking to purchase from them? Now, if you're anything like me, it didn't happen very often. Most of the time when someone hands me a business card, it doesn't even make it home. It gets thrown in a trash can somewhere along the way, or unfortunately, I accidentally drop it because business cards are small and I lose small things. This reason alone is why traditional networking is broken. But there are more reasons. Traditional networking tends to be highly transactional, entirely self-serving, and incredibly inefficient. It really is the business equivalent of speed dating. And just like speed dating, it rarely leads to a great relationship and a healthy marriage. So today we're going to take a little bit of time and talk about how you can build incredible relationships with the people in and around your industry so that we can stop the old-fashioned networking and instead start curating relationships. And we're going to take a few minutes to throw in some tips from Unreasonable Hospitality because these are thoughts that you can add to your business, not just with your customers, but also with your peers and referral partners. By the end of this episode, you are going to be able to build your very own unpaid sales team, a group of highly curated professionals to help you sell your services for you. Now, before we can build our very own unpaid sales team, we first need to understand why traditional networking no longer works. So let's look at the psychology behind an old-fashioned networking event. Everyone walks into the room with the exact same goal. I want to find more business. The realtor is looking for someone who wants to buy or sell their home. The contractor is looking for someone who needs a kitchen remodel. It's a room full of hunters, and there's no prey. And when you approach relationships with that transactional mindset, you smell a little different. You feel a little desperate. And when you hand your card that someone says, keep me in mind for your next project, you're just giving them one more thing to put on their to-do list. You're saying, here's my marketing information. Please handle it for me. So here's the hard truth. Nobody but you is thinking about your business. They're there thinking about their very own businesses. So if you want people to refer business to you, you have to stop asking for referrals and instead become so valuable to them and their business that referring you just becomes a reflex. So how do we go about applying this to real life? The first and best step is that we start applying unreasonable hospitality tactics to our vendors, our peers, and adjacent industries. Let me give you a real world example. I know a high-end remodeling company. They do amazing work. Now, who is an incredible referral partner for a remodeling company? It's a realtor. Because when a family buys a home that they love, but the kitchen is outdated, the realtor is usually the first person that they turn to and say, do you know anyone who's great at remodeling? Now, most remodelers know and understand this, so they might drop off a stack of flyers at the local real estate brokerage and cross their fingers and hope for the best. Now, we've talked about this before. Hope is not a marketing strategy. Now let's apply just a few tips from Unreasonable Hospitality. Instead of dropping off flyers to a brokerage, this remodeler decided to identify the top 3 realtors that sell the most in the neighborhoods that they like to work. They don't call them up and ask to take them out to coffee, ask to see how they can learn more about each other's businesses. Instead, they follow these realtors on social media. Then, when they see that this realtor has closed the perfect home for their business or a really big win for that realtor, maybe it's a multi-million-dollar home, that remodeler then goes and buys a high-end Yeti tumbler, gets the realtor's name or logo engraved on it, fills it with a bag of local coffee beans, and drops it off at the office with a handwritten note that says something like, congratulations on the Oak Street closing. I know you work hard for your clients and it's inspiring to watch. No business card in the mug, no brochure, no ask. Here's what happens in the mind of this realtor. They're shocked because another professional just celebrated them genuinely, specifically, and without demanding anything from them or even asking anything from them. Now, the next time that realtor's client asks about a contractor, do you think that this contractor might come to mind first? Obviously, this is not a one-time hit. You have to build things over time, but this is a great way to get your foot in the door in this specific example. Because when you treat your peers and potential referral partners with the same hospitality that you reserve for only your highest paying clients, you build unshakable trust. So now that you have some ideas spinning in your head about what you can do with your industry and your top referral partners, let's talk about what happens when those people do refer someone to you. Because there's a right way and a not so right way to go about sharing your network. If your client says, I need a landscaper, and you text them back, call Bob, here's his phone number. That's a very lazy way to do it. You've done nothing to build Bob up and nothing to make your client feel like you made any effort or know this guy at all. You could have just Googled it and picked the first result that popped up. The better way to make these type of introductions is you do a transfer of authority. So if your client trusts you and you can enthusiastically endorse someone that they are looking for, your client will instantly trust them too. There are three parts to this much better introduction. First is the setup, then is the praise, and then the handoff. So it starts out, I want to introduce you to the only landscaper I trust. This is Bob. He is the owner of Elite Outdoors. And the reason I'm connecting you with him is because he is meticulous. They show up exactly when they say they will. They never cut corners. He's the best in the city. Now, you can do a group text and copy Bob on it and throw in some really nice things about your client. Like they just bought a beautiful property and they're looking to overhaul the backyard. She's a joy to work with. I'll let you take it from here. Now, they both have their contact information. They both know that you love and trust both of them. You make Bob look like a rock star. You practically close the sale for him already, and you make her client feel like a VIP by giving her access, him or her access to the people that you trust. So when you introduce referral partners this way, they will do everything in their power to return that favor for you. Now I want to take a minute to get really practical. Instead of spending time this week or the next 2, 3, 4 weeks networking with 50 to 60 random strangers, how about we curate a board of directors for you? This is going to be 4 to 6 people that are in adjacent type industries to you, just like the remodeler is to the realtor. But we want these people to not only be good at their jobs and, successful in their business, we want them to share your core values. So if you're a realtor, your board might be a mortgage broker, a remodeling contractor, an interior designer, and a landscape architect. That's your top 4. Maybe also a CPA wouldn't be a bad idea, right? You don't need to know 50 people who kind of sort of have an idea about what you do, but like half of them are wrong if they were pressed. You need 4 to 6 deep relationships. These are the type of people that you can take to lunch once a quarter and enjoy spending time with them. The type of people whose content you share on LinkedIn. And the type of people that you think about when you're out and you're able to send them just unexpected gifts when they hit a milestone or just because. You are going to treat these board of directors like gold because when you treat them this way, they will become your unpaid sales team. So while you're sleeping or you're on the job or you're on vacation, your board is talking to people who need your services, and they are going to tell them about your incredible reputation and start handing you pre-qualified high trust leads. Now, we all know that business is hard, but the good news is that you don't have to do the heavy lifting of the sales completely on your own. When you stop trying to hunt in a room full of other hunters and instead start pouring value into a highly curated group of referral partners, everything's going to change. Your marketing budget is going to decrease. your close rate is going to go through the roof. And the best part is that business becomes a lot more fun because you're doing it with people who share your values, your goals, your successes. So here's what I want you to do this week. Identify just one person that you want to put on your made up, invisible board of directors. Someone in an adjacent industry who does great work and has the same values that you do. Don't ask them for a referral. Figure out something that they have achieved, a project they've finished, something that you can celebrate with them, and send them a gift. Maybe it's a customized Yeti. Maybe it's something as simple and, let's be honest, a little generic as a Starbucks gift card. But whatever it is, make sure that you include a handwritten note. Just by taking this first step in celebrating somebody else, you will start seeing small changes in your own business. Now, if you would like help, whether it's curating your own board of directors or planning out steps and systems to grow your business, I would love to talk to you. Use the link in the show notes to schedule a free strategy session with me. Until next week, I'm Jennifer Swineford with Limitless Impact Agency. Please stop just randomly handing out your business cards and instead start building real deep partnerships so that you can realize your very own limitless impact.